Hello everyone, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is a new flight. We're going to start in Évora and we're going to take this bird to Bragança. This is a DA62. I really hate these people that love, they just love to make noise. Look at all this traffic over here. Like, in what world is this needed? Anyways, I'm starting to get pissed by these sounds, but whatever. This is a new airplane. It has 2 engines. It can take up to 6 people, and yeah, let's just go ahead and start it up. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the range of this airplane. It has about 2,380 kilometers of range, which is insane for a small airplane like this. But yeah, it's equipped with a G1000 cockpit. It can take up to 6 people. I think this configuration has 6 people, I think. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and move. We have the pre-flight inspection here, so let's just go ahead and start. So, parking brake is set. The fuel selectors can both come on. So it's these little things down here. And these things are locked now. The alternators can both come on, so let's do that. The pitot heat is off. The engine master is off, both of them. The avionics master switch can come on. The gear selector is down. The flaps are up. All electrical equipment seems to be off. I hate that menu. And now we are going to turn on the electric master and we're going to check for fuel. I loaded this airplane up with about 80% of fuel, but we're just going to check that. Yes, we have almost full tank, so it's more than enough for today. Yeah, so we can turn this back off. We can check the control stick if it is free and correct, which it seems to be. I just love those noises. And we move on to the pre-start checklist. So now power levels are idle. The parking brake is set. The avionics master is on. The gear selector is down. The alternators are on. And the fuel pumps are also off. So yeah, now we actually turn on the airplane and we're gonna see just how it goes, because I've been having a bit of trouble starting it up, especially with the brakes and stuff. I don't know what this is though. So now we move on with the checklist here with the starting the engine. So we turn on the strobe lights, which in this airplane also is the beacon lights. That's another thing I always forget about the Diamonds, is that they don't have specific beacon lights which you can turn on. It's just strobes and position lights. The engine master left will be turned on, and we're gonna wait for this little message to disappear, and then we can start it up. You just click enter here. Yeah, so now we can turn it on. Let's just hold the ignition, and there we go. And we just check the RPMs, which they are lowering. The oil pressure is fine. The coolant temperature is on the yellow there, but I think it will rise soon. So now we basically repeat the procedure for the right engine. So we turn on the master, wait for this message to disappear, and once that disappears we can just crank it up and it's done. Simple as that. Now we move on to the after start checklist. We're going to... Isn't that a bit too close, Mr. Bus? Whatever. I'm not gonna judge. I'm over this insane amount of traffic here on the ground. What is the necessity of this? I don't know. There's not a single airplane out here, but whatever. I'm just gonna go through the flight plan itself. This is gonna be a bit boring, so I'm just gonna cut and do maybe a time lapse or something. It will probably be a little less boring for you guys. So here it is. This is our flight plan. I'm just gonna first of all show you guys what it looks like. It's a bit of a longer flight, as you can see. We're not crossing the whole country from south to north, but it's kind of like that. We're going to use runway 1 because it's just easier, and I'm also going to adjust our approach once we get in the air, probably around this point right here. So yeah. Also, another thing that I am very thankful about is on my last video there was a comment of a person helping me out with the alignment of the actual G1000. So as you can see right now, it is aligned with the airplane's heading, and I kind of want that to be aligned with the north instead. So for that we go to menu, map settings, and we scroll down here until we say north up. We just select, oh wait, it's actually is selected north up now. Yeah, because I did that earlier while trying it up. But thank you so much to AWDACC for commenting that on my latest video. Really helps me out there. And so yeah, thank you so much for that. Alrighty, so the avionics flight plan GPS, oh yeah, our altitude for today will be about 6,000. I forgot about that completely. So 6,000 should be good. We can adjust that once we reach Serra da Estrela, which we will probably have to adjust that, but for now it will be just fine. Strobe lights are on, and we can also turn on the position lights now. And now we can set our trim to takeoff, which it isn't perfectly aligned. It's impossible to set it perfectly, but whatever. There's this bus. I don't know what is up with this. He's doing donuts now. Whatever. I'm just gonna call tower for taxi. I'm gonna ignore that the buzz exists.
Lima Papa Echo Victor Traffic Diamond Sierra India Lima Lima Yankee is taxiing to runway 19er.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, we also have no one talking to us right now. That's awesome. So taxi lights can come on, parking brakes is off, and we can start rolling. There we go. Just needed a bit more encouragement. Sorry man, but you're getting decapitated, sort of. So this airport actually is used right now as an airbase for a medical helicopter, which there was a time where we only had one, but yeah, in the latest years we had Augusta Westland helicopters, but now we have actual Airbus helicopters, which are just amazing. Honestly, it's super cool. So we're gonna hold here on this threshold, parking brake, and we check the before takeoff. So brakes are tested, they work fine. The fuel pumps are off, both of them, and the fuel selectors are on, and the flaps can be to takeoff position now. Sorry. So there we go. The flaps are lowered, and yeah, we are ready to turn on the landing lights, and we are going to ask for permission to take off. So we're going to depart north.
Lima Papa Echo Victor Traffic Diamond Sierra India Lima Lima Yankee taking off runway 19er north departure.
See if they accept. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not talking with anyone. Okay, so it seems to be clear. No one is coming. No one is in the runway at the moment. So release parking brake and give it a bit more throttle, and we can start rolling out of here. You know, this airplane seems to be a bit more stable to fly and to control on the ground. Looks really nice as well. It's really sleek, modern, looks awesome, and it's pretty. So let's align ourselves with the runway here. And we can roll straight out. So full power. Oh, you feel that power of those both engines. This is probably the Ferrari of the skies, I tell you what. Okay. V1 rotate. Let's try at least to not die. Positive rate, gear up. Right. Going to maintain runway heading for now. And then we can start our left turn here into the city. And also to intercept our vector, which is right there. You can see it on the flight display. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and turn on the autopilot because it will fly way better than me. So nav mode, and it should go on and intercept GPS. There we go. It also should assume our altitude, which I think it is. About 6,000 feet is absolutely fine. So now we can turn off the landing lights, taxi lights, and let me just light up the display here and the instruments and our screens a little bit. And we can also remove our flaps. So they raise. And now, yeah, we're flying. So the landing lights are off, the flaps are up. The power, we're gonna set it to maximum 95% because we don't need full power to go up like that. It's about 75, we can raise it a little bit. And so, yeah, we're basically entering the clouds right now. And it's a beautiful day to fly today. It's a bit cold, but not that much. We don't need the pitot heat, we're fine. It could be way worse. And yeah, we're just departing straight north, and we're gonna maintain our flight plan. And once we get on cruise, we're gonna also take care of our approach itself. We have a little bit of wind here and there, but overall the plane is so stable. It's so much more stable than the DA40, I must say. It's also pretty easy to fly, actually. It's a bit more complex, you know. You have two engines and stuff, but it seems to be actually pretty easy to fly. I mean, yeah, we're leveling off right now, so that's great. We're just going to keep our navigation, and I'm just going to show you guys our progress as we go. So we're now making our first turn into the waypoint, so that means we basically just reached the Mach-F waypoint, and we're going now for the ASCAF waypoint. So I selected the low airways, so it should be fine. Actually, low altitude airways. The high altitude ones, sometimes I have trouble with those. Like the system will say that those waypoints are like in Singapore or Russia or something like that. It's crazy. I have no idea why though. I'm still figuring things out, but for now things are going well. So we are currently at 6,000 feet, and I actually wanted to see stuff on the ground today, like cities, lakes, and stuff like that. So for that, we need to lower ourselves, and we're going to turn on vertical speed mode. And first of all, we're going to set a desired altitude, which will be 5,000. And now we simply click nose down after we click vertical speed, sorry. So we're going to start the descent at a rate of about 400 feet should be fine. I just want to be below the clouds, really.
Diamond Sierra India Lima Lima Yankee Listen Center. Squawk 5455.
Okay, so we just passed the ASCAV waypoint, so now we are just going to intercept the bigger leg, which is actually, yeah, it's our biggest leg. Is just straight up to Bragança, and yeah, hopefully everything will be fine. Okay, now it's time to take care of our approach, so we go to proc and we are going to select our approach. It will be visual, and we're going to use runway 01, and we're going to go straight, and it should be fine because we're going visual. So yeah, we're just ready. Let's load our approach. And yeah, now it's just loaded into our flight plan, so that when we reach the waypoint there, we already have our approach set up. Also, a bit of trouble here. We are just intercepting Serra da Estrela, and we need to quickly change that. So because yeah, we don't want to hit Serra da Estrela. That would be pretty bad, if you ask me. So we're going to up to 9,000 feet, and so we go to vertical speed mode, and we raise that to about, and we now click on raise our nose to about 700 feet per minute, and it should be a-okay. And we're now going back down to 6,000 feet as we are passing the mountain range, and I also already activated the approach itself, which will be straight, so it will be just visual. We won't need any waypoints, we'll just go straight for the runway there. So you can actually see that we are going sideways basically because of the wind. We're basically drifting along the way as we get closer and closer to the airport. Okay, so as you can see, we are going down to 4,000 feet. We're going to begin our descent here. Although we are pretty much a long way there, I just kind of wanted to see stuff instead of clouds. But yeah, the weather is not cooperating at all. We are also having some trouble with the turbulence. Sometimes you get a real kick in the ass here and there with the wind and stuff, but it's completely fine. This plane handles it like nothing, honestly. I just love to fly this airplane. It's so beautiful as well, and it's just so aerodynamic to the point where you barely feel it. So yeah, it's just easy to fly, and it's very responsive to your controls, which I love that. Anyways, I just activated our vector to final, so what that means is the plane will automatically align itself with the runway, and we will only have to worry about altitude and the correct procedures, of course. Okay, so we are at about 16 nautical miles from the airport. We will start to do our before landing checklist. So taxi and landing lights can come on. The fuel selector are on, both of them. The fuel pumps now can be turned on, both left and right. The landing gear is going to go down in just a bit, and the flaps will be used as required. Okay, so we are starting to descend. I clicked on approach mode, and apparently we should start to descend now. So yeah, What this does is basically it makes the glide slope easier for us by guiding us into the airport, which is really useful in these conditions where we can't see absolutely anything in front of us. So yeah, I also already contacted the airport. We should be there in about 10 minutes. So let me just get some floodlighting in here, because it seems like it's going to be really foggy, or it's just rain. Honestly, I think it's just rain, but we are already in the glide slope, so we will just lower the throttle a little bit just to relieve some power. We don't want to stall though, so we just have to be careful, and we can give ourselves a first notch of flaps. And yes, it is raining actually. You can already see the rain hitting our windshield like crazy. You can also hear it. Really awesome. And yeah, we are already in the glide slope. So we are on final. Let's put our landing gear down. And let's try to see if we can spot anything. There it is. There's the airport. I'm gonna let the plane decide what to do. I'm gonna lower the throttle a little bit. We are way too fast, and we're gonna give ourselves the full flaps here. It is really windy. I can literally feel it. Alright, here we are. Let's try this and try our best, really, because I don't think this is gonna go good. We have way too much wind hitting our tail right now. This is absolutely unbearable, if I'm real with you. I'm gonna try it. I'm really not trusting this. We have full flaps. Oh god. Okay. There's that for landing. Not that bad, I mean, for the conditions. Really not that bad. So yeah, let's try to see where to exit. Jesus. Okay. Just okay. There we go. Now we put it idle. That's way better. Yeah, I don't think these are marshals. They're just soaking wet with the rain. I think we'll just stay here, on this park over here. Yeah, they're not marshals. We'll just stop here. Put our throttle back. Parking brake engaged. So now the flaps come up. I don't know what happened there with the flight display. The flaps come up. We turn off the landing and taxi lights. We can also turn already off the avionics master and the engine. Let's start with the left, and it should shut off. Awesome. And now the right engine off, and it should go too. Perfect. So now we can turn off these lights over here and the electronic master, and that's it. I'm also gonna cut off the fuel just for safety reasons. And yeah, we're done here. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a bit complicated because with the approach and stuff, with the ILS, it's insane. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.